Hi folks, this is all the fruit, and here I have the Kembayau, Dacryodes rostrata varcuspidata, one of the amazing fruits known also as Borneo olives. There are basically two types of Borneo olives, both in the family Burzeraceae, a family which as far as I know is not even present in Europe. Well, the more well-known one is the Dabai, Canarium odontophyllum. It's in the genus Canarium with edible seeds. This one, Dacryodes rostrata, differs from it mostly in one important aspect: the seeds are not edible. Why is it called Borneo olive? Well, first it looks a lot like an olive. It's pretty much the right shape. Those here are very big ones. It's pretty much the right shape, size and color for an olive. Also, it's soft and oily, and also it's not eaten out of hand. Here I have a ripe Kembayau fruit. It is black. The half-ripe one has like reddish and yellowish spots. I read somewhere that the unripe one is green. I don't think I've ever seen an unripe one. When the Dabai is green, is unripe, it's white. So I'm not sure what color this is when it's white. The biggest practical differences, as I said, is that the seed of the Kembayau is not edible. The seed of the Kembayau, here I cut the fruit in half, is covered with this slimy, shut up, with this slimy surface. When you see a seed which is covered with this slimy stuff, which you basically cannot remove, which sticks to the seed, it's a Kembayau and it's not edible. Here one of the pieces of flesh I peeled off. The upper row are fruits which were soaked in hot water for about 5 minutes. Basically, here we went to a coffee shop and took the big pitcher of water, which is where they keep the hot water for coffee and tea, and soaked the fruits inside for about 5 minutes. As you see, the fruit still looks pretty much exactly the same, but when you cut it in half, the flesh has become soft and more yellowish. And that's when you eat it. This one has a pleasant sour flavor, but it's a bit boring. Why is it a bit boring? Well, because we boiled them just with normal water. If you want them to be... No, we didn't boil them. We put the hot water over them. It is sour and a little bit oily. I would say not as oily as a Dabai fruit. Here you can see how the slimy surface sticks to the seed. That tells you that it's a Kembayau and the seed is not edible. So, yeah, sour, oily, and a little bit boring because we didn't add salt. Oh, sorry, it's also something else. Most fruits are a little bit oily. Sorry, most fruits are a little bit boring when you don't spice them. Don't boil them in this water. You just keep them inside the water for about 5 minutes. You can also boil them, but usually this is not recommended. But if you don't have hot water, just put them in a plastic bag and leave them out in the sun for a couple minutes. Of course, this is not so healthy because you'll get a lot of chemicals from the plastic, but it's a way to prepare those without having to heat any water first. Pretty tasty and nice fruit. Unfortunately, you don't actually use a lot of the fruit. The seed is more than half the size of the fruit. The skin is also quite thick. Also, you can never remove all the flesh from the skin. You see here there is still a lot left on the skin. It's a good fruit. The fruit that is improved if you spice it up correctly. I like it. I would say I like the dabai a little bit more. The dabai is more oily in general. And also you have the edible seed. But this one is also quite nice. It's a bit different. So this was the Kembayau fruit, folks. Stay tuned for a lot more fruit videos from the beautiful and incredibly fruit-rich island of Kalimantan/Borneo. And if you don't want to miss any of my videos in future, YouTube is not recommending my videos to anybody, so you need to press the little bell icon to be notified.